Okay, hello. This is a video on making a load using a load duration curve. I better make sure this is all on. I think it's okay. Now I'm in it's an old, cheap little hotel in Paris. I'm enjoying myself, and I had a glass of wine or two, so maybe. If I missed something here, please don't worry. Now what we're going to do is make a load duration curve and then take this same load duration curve and compute what the optimal mix of capacity is. Now, here's the real issue. Some people make this enormously complex, and they can make these fancy computer programs. What we're going to do in this one is just make a very simple. We'll start with a simple case, and then we can add 8, 7, 60 hours or whatever you want. So let's say we have only 4 hours in a year, okay? And let's say our load duration curve starts with, let's say it's 280, 250, 100, and 100, okay? And then, if we press alternate and F1, I thought alternate F1, it graphs a load duration curve. Of course we could make a line graph. How do you make it a curved line? Somehow I think you make it a curved line if you really want to, but I don't care. I really don't care, okay? That's a load duration curve. That's the peak load, and that's the minimum load down here, okay? And this is the hours. Let's delete this. Now, it turns out that it works better if we take this load duration curve. Let's put Alt-EIS, enter, rows, go to 4. Oops, Alt-EIS, enter. We put Alt-C and rows go to 4. Okay, and then let's make this. Let's copy this and let's sort this and go from the smallest to the largest. So if we make this duration curve, Alt F1, it doesn't really look like a lot of the load duration curves you see. It's just kind of backwards. Now, what we do is we put an increment. Okay, and we just see how much. And we start with the very first one, and then we say, well, let's take this minus this one and add the increment. So this says how much increment. And then we have the time percent, and we just take, well, it's just what we need to do is just I suppose we just need one. I'm sorry. How about this? Let's just take this. I think we should put 4, 3, 2, 1, and this is so this operates at 100%, and this operates at 75%, and this operates low. Okay, so I guess we needed to, Shift Control 5, we needed to also arrange this from 8, 7, 60 down to the first arrow, okay? We need to go a little backwards on our load duration curve. Now, once we have this, then we can say, well, let's do a screening analysis. Let's make our screening analysis. Okay, and in our screening analysis, let's say we have a diesel and a combined cycle, no, a CT and a combined combined cycle. And let's say we have fixed cost and variable cost. Okay, and let's make our fixed cost dollar per kilowatt per year and dollar per megawatt hour. Let's make our diesel have a I don't know, 200. Our CT has 90, and this has 50. Okay, and our diesel cost is only 50, and this is 150, and this is 200. So the total cost is again $1 per megawatt hour, but what we would do is take our fixed cost multiplied by 1,000 divided by the 8760 times the capacity factor, which I'll put right here. I forgot to put this F4. Don't worry about divide by 0. We'll put 10%. So if it's 10%, the cheapest is the diesel. Now let's put 25%. 25%, the diesel is still cheapest. 50%. Uh-oh. I didn't add the fuel cost, so let's put 25%. And at 25%, the CC is, so we better change this. I'm gonna put this 100, 250, 400. Now the CT seems to be lowest, so we'll make it 130. Okay, the CT is low, the diesel is low at 25. At 50%, the CT, oops, let's make this one 70. So at 50%, the CT is cheapest, and at 100%, the combined cycle. Let's make this 100. So let's say 50%. Uh-oh, no, this has to be 40. I'm messing up. 25%. Diesel's cheapest. 50%. CT's the cheapest, and 100% the CT's the cheapest. So what we do is we'll make a little data table, 25% and 50% and 100%, and we put this over, and then we make a data table, Alt-DT, column this, and we get the thing, and then we can put minimum. Okay, and and then we can put a match of this one, comma 0, and then we put index and select these F4 columns. Okay, so this just shows that we have the diesel and the CT and the CT, no CC, whatever. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we can then match. Let's match this number against this number and put a comma 0. We might not be able to put a comma 0 when we actually do it. So what we could put is a -1. Oops. So this gives us, when we have, this is 3, which is the C, 2 here is the CT, and 1 is the diesel. Okay, so we use a match first. All right, and now what we want to do is I want to make a graph, and I want to make a graph that shows what kind of capacity we use. Okay, so we what we could do is just simply put index, and we could just select this one, and we see which one we have, or better yet, if you know, let's put match again here, and let's just get the number. So we match this against this one, press F4, come to 0. Okay, so whoops, what did I do? Why did I press F4? I shouldn't have pressed F4 there, sorry. Okay, and we do this, so we can also, this is kind of silly, matching against a match, but I'll put match this against this, F4, so we have 3. Now what we could do is this increment gets to be the 3. What we can do is put 3 to 1, or okay, let's put 1 to 3, and 1 to 3 is the diesel and the CT and the match. And what we're going to do then is we're going to remake our load duration curve, and it will start with 100, but we'll want to put 100 with the CC because it's this, okay? And if it's the, so if it's the 2, which is 0, we'll put it in this slot, and 3, we'll put this slot. So what we can do is just put an equal this one, F4 a couple times, equal this one, F4 a couple times, and then we multiply that. I didn't make them F4s. F4 here times the increment, and press that one, F4 like this. Okay, Control R, Control D. So that shows you how much capacity we have. Now, what we could do is graph. We could graph the just a minute. What we need to do is we need to take this one and add the accumulated capacity to it. Excuse me for that. We take this one and add the accumulated capacity to it. Okay, and then we take this one and add the capacity. So we see how much capacity we have of the various things. Now, I'm going to move these down here. It doesn't matter that we put this. And then we can graph and then we can graph this, and we put this would be 8760 down to 1, and then we just graph this. And when we graph this, let's press function alternate from F1, excuse me. Okay, and then this time, instead of making it a regular graph, we just make it a stacked graph, and this just then shows the load duration curve in terms of the different in terms of the different things. Now the only problem is the graph, and I think if we put select data, we put the diesel down at the bottom, and we put the CC up at the top, and we press OK, and it shows how much of different types of capacity we have. Now I'll do this for a larger one, but that's a simple load duration curve. Now if we would change some of the cost, let's say the CC is only 50, okay, then suddenly we only have CC and diesel, okay. Let's change this to 50, and let's change the diesel cost to, I don't know, 150. And oh, the diesel still, I guess, wins at the 50% capacity factor. But let's say that this is 300, and then oops, combined cycle should win all the time. Let me pause this to see what happened. But that gives you the general. Okay, I made a mistake with the match and index here. We should call this the code number or something. And we can call this one the code number. Okay, so this is really a screening analysis here. Now, we made the combined cycle the best one. Now, in this case, we have a little bit of diesel. If we put 500 for the combined cycle, then the CT comes into play. If we would make the combined cycle have a higher cost, then we just have the CT. Okay, so that's the kind of thing we can do to make a load duration curve analysis. And then the nice thing about this really is this how you establish the long run marginal cost, because the long run marginal cost would be a weighted average of each hour of the CT cost, the diesel cost, and the CC cost. And we just weight this CT cost over here, or the CC cost over here by how many hours it's at the margin, and we weight this one by how many we're at the margin, and so on and so forth. Okay, have to think about that. We'll do that again in another file. Now I'm going to save this, and I'm going to call this load duration, and I'm going to put this in a I've got to hide these things there. I'm going to put this in the electricity file in electricity materials, and I have some price. Where's the just a second? Transmission and dispatch. Price analysis exercises. This is, I'll call this load duration. I already have one. Oh shit. Sorry, shoot. Exercise, basic exercise. Okay, and then we'll make another one that has the fancy one. Now let's review this. I know I'm kind of rambling on. Step one is make load duration with the starting with the lowest minimum peak at top. Okay. Step two, and I'm gonna, okay, let's just say step two, do the screening analysis. Okay. Step three, we'll compute the increment and time percent. Okay, and then step four, is 4 is compute, once we have this time, match the time increment, which is the capacity factor, with the screening. Okay, and once you have the screening matched, then step 5 is to create a matrix so that you can for graphing. Now I hope you haven't watched this if you're not in electricity, okay? But when you are in electricity, you see these kind of graphs where you put base load cycling and peaking, and you want to see the optimal capacity. Okay, so that's our thing. Now, if you're on the disk, I'm going to start doing this more often. Okay, if you go to the website and you want to find, if you for some reason just looked on this, I'm going to put this on the, just a minute, analysis of electricity spot prices. Let's put it in the electricity dispatch analysis. Okay. This is function libraries. Let's put it in this one. Now, if you go in this one right now, it's got almost nothing. So I'm gonna kind of put all the electricity price analysis in that part. And then if by the way, if you're looking for other things, the waterfall graphs, for example, are here. It doesn't have many. All the macros and the ones that go through my shortcut keys are here. A good one, I think, probably is to go through building a basic model. So if you want to build a basic project finance model, it's got a whole bunch of exercises here. That might be one of the longest ones. Okay, and again, whoops, this one has, for example, all of the files will be below there. So all the files associated with the exercises are below there, and I'll start doing that with the videos. I hope you don't give me one of these stupid thumbs down things. I don't care about the rest of it. It just gets me depressed because I feel like I'm wasting my time making the videos sometimes. Okay, that's enough of the low duration curve.